Grizzlies in college sports. Montana versus Montana State. After being swept by the Grizzlies last year, the Bobcats are grumpy and looking for revenge. The Grizzlies want to prove last year was not a fluke.
5, 4, 1.
Welcome to Worthington Arena in Bozeman, Montana for a Big Sky Conference men's basketball matchup between the Montana Grizzlies and the Montana State Bobcats. Hello, I'm Grayson Davis for Montana's news station, joined by Bo Bishop. And Bo, Grizz, Cats, I mean, what more do I need to say? This is the rivalry that the entire state loves to see, and we should be in for a great game today between two teams who can really get up and down the court.
Boy, we really shouldn't. As in terms of the Grizz getting up and down the court, the point man there, Shane Christensen, he proved he can score by scoring 33 last week against Eastern Washington. He proved he can distribute as well. He's really the key for the Grizz. If the Cats have a chance, they got to shut him down. On the flip side for the Cats, the straw that stirs their drink is Justin Brown, averaging 13 points a game, shooting 50% from behind the arc. If Don Holst has a message for his team, it's get a hand up and try and keep him under claps.
Yeah, last year on this floor, the Grizzlies blew out the Bobcats 73-48. We're not expecting that to happen again. This should be a very close game, great game on paper, and we're excited to bring it to you. When we come back, we will have the opening tip, so stay tuned.
Put a sparkle in your eye at a Magic Diamond or Lucky Lil's casino across Montana. While playing Lil's or Magic Diamond Bonus Keno, you'll notice Lucky Lil's and Magic Diamond casinos have the most liberal pay tables in Montana. Magic Diamond and Lucky Lil's casinos provide quality, good, clean fun you won't find anywhere else. And while you're playing, enjoy complimentary snacks and beverages. Look for the Bonus Players Club and earn free machine play while you play at select Lucky Lil's and Magic Diamond casinos across Montana. When you're feeling lucky, head down to a Magic Diamond or Lucky Lil's casino near you, affiliated with Town Pump across Montana.
Hello.
Hey, Don.
This is McDerm.
How you doing, Mick?
Man, I need a break.
You want to talk some basketball?
At Cellular One, we tell it like it is. You like that idea? Let's talk.
Well, Don.
We'll see you on the court.
Yeah, loser buys breakfast, buddy.
In all the years I've been in business, I've heard some pretty crazy reasons why you can't get your vehicle repaired at your preferred body shop. Reasons like you must get 3 estimates, or you can go there, but this is all we're obligated to pay, or they're not on our preferred list. I feel these are tactics designed to influence your decision. Your insurance company is obligated by law to fix your vehicle back to pre-accident condition. I feel it's important to shop around, but once you've done that, then you decide. At Blue Ribbon Auto Body, it is my goal to be on the customer's preferred list. The choice is yours.
Tonight's meeting between the University of Montana Grizzlies and the Montana State Bobcats is being brought to you by Lucky Lil's and Magic Diamond Casinos, a division of Town Pump across Montana. The Montana Power Company, energizing Montana. Touch America, light, speed, now. The Montana Wood Products Association, promoting healthy forests and healthy communities. CarQuest, you'll find it at CarQuest. And Cellular One, we tell it like it is, so let's talk.
Welcome back to Bozeman. Just about ready for the opening tip between the Grizzlies and the Bobcats. We're expecting a very close game. Should be awfully fun to watch. Taking a look at the standings, this isn't just a big game for the rivalry. This is also a big game in the standings as well. As we take a look at that, MSU right there on top. Montana 1-1, not that far behind.
No, certainly not that far behind. For the Cats to jump out to 3-0 in conference, that'd be huge for them to have a full 2-game lead over Idaho State.
Yeah, so a very big one, not just for the rivalry, but this is a big one in the Big Sky Conference as well. If we go ahead and take a look at the starters for today's game, should be a great one. Boy, if it can match the intensity of last night's game between the women, we're in for a treat. Taking a look at the Grizz starter, Jared Buckmaster, Dan Trammell, the forwards, Travis Greenwald, the center, Ryan Slider, and Shane Christensen, the guy we talked about in the open, at the guard spots. And for the Bobcats, Aaron Rich, John Lazowski. Kyle Stimlinger is actually not going to play this one. He is out for today's game James Clark and Justin Brown at the guard spots. So let's go ahead and talk about that a little bit already. Bad news for Bobcats fans. There's a guy they really needed to play in this game.
Boy, they were really counting on him. We talked to Coach Durham yesterday, and he said, that we want to get the inside game going. We all know we can shoot the three here at Montana State. We want to get the inside game going. With Strimlinger out, that means Tom Duffy's going to come on in there, and he's going to pick up the slack. They're going to need a big game out of him.
Good look there at Don Holst, the head coach for the Montana Grizzlies, and his overall record. He's been a little disappointed with this team at times this year. They've been a little inconsistent. They show flashes of brilliance, but at other times they really kind of fall apart. They're a relatively young team, so that's to be expected. They're missing some of the guys who were big catalysts last year, but they do have that potential. Shane Christensen, who we talked about, is one of those guys. Dan Trammell, and folks, if you haven't seen him before, this guy is one serious athlete. I think you're going to enjoy watching what he can do.
Boy, I tell you what, if this turns into an up and down game, I tell you what, Dan Trammell's going to put on a show. He can flat out fly. Reminds you a little of Dominique Wilkins on a lesser level, but he can sure play above the rim.
Well, you got to hand it to the folks here in Bozeman, whether they made the trip from Missoula or anywhere in the state. You never know where all these folks are from, but certainly a lot of the folks here from Bozeman, they're here in full force, and they are letting the Grizzlies know they're in hostile territory. And last year's blowout that we've talked about a little bit, the fact that the Grizzlies beat them last year 73-48, I don't think that's going to happen, and this crowd's certainly going to try to have a part in that.
Yeah, no, not so much. We're probably going to see a 25-point game. That was the worst loss for the Cats in the history of this series, a 25-point loss here last year. Of course, the year before, the Cats won 2 games. So I guess unlike the football one, this one is a rivalry that's really settled on the court, and these teams are very evenly matched.
Jared Buckmaster being introduced. We talk about the Bobcats. A lot of guys on their team can shoot the three and shoot it well. Jared Buckmaster is really their main threat from the arc. He's had some trouble getting open lately. He really needs to get open here early on to get some of those big buckets, try to match the Bobcat shooters.
Well, yeah, he really does. I tell you, with Shane, to take some pressure off Shane Christensen at the point, that would certainly open things up if Jared can get out there and hit a couple threes and get the Grizz offense rolling early.
Travis Greenwald is going to have his hands full trying to deal with the big men down low for the Bobcats. He had a little bit of trouble last week, but he is still off to a good start this season, averaging over 12 points a game.
Yeah, he certainly is. I tell you, for the Cats, this is a guy who can really put some electricity into the game, I should say. Aaron Rich, the kid from South Dakota, he can really play above the rim, too. Really ignite this crowd and put a spark into the Cats.
And there is Dan, and really all you have to do is look at him. I mean, what an absolute physical specimen. He's had a little trouble this year grasping the concept at the defensive end. Offensively, though, if you give him a lane to the basket, look out, because he may take it down.
Boy, the thing with Dan Trammell, I guess, is what you'd say is you can't teach athleticism. You hear people in our business say that a lot, and you can't teach it with a guy like that. He plays above the rim, and he's the sort of guy who's going to present some matchup problems for Montana State, no question about it.
He's a junior college transfer, and the Grizzlies have had some recent success with junior college transfers. Of course, Matt Williams, the guy who graduated last year, was the best player for the Grizzlies, really one of the best players in the entire conference. He was a junior college transfer. They're hoping that Trammell can maybe develop into that type of guy. As far as the comparisons to Williams, he's probably a better athlete, but he's not quite as polished at this point in his career.
No, he's certainly what Matt Williams did last year for the Grizz was really something we haven't seen in a while. He really put that team on his back and said, I'm going to carry you to the regular season conference championship, and he did just that.
And boy, you got to wonder if something that seriously is in the water here in Bozeman. The way they shoot the three-pointers, we saw it last night. Amy Meckling just absolutely gunning from everywhere on the court and making an awful lot of them on the way to a great game. You'll see a lot of the Bobcat players can do that as well.
Yeah, no question about it. Like we said in the pregame, that this team leads the nation in three-point percentage, and they're going to hoist a lot of them. All 5 of their guys can really shoot the ball.
We're ready for the opening tip. Tom Duffy taking on Dan Trammell. The Bobcats win the tip. James Clark now kicks it over to Lazowski. They go inside. Lazowski has it there, backs up. Baseline jumper is good. He's letting the crowd know it. He's fired up quickly. 2-0 Bobcats.
Well, for those who are familiar with Lazowski, there's no question. He's one of those guys that gets the crowd fired up.
Grizzlies kicking it around. Ryan Slider with it. Gives it off to Christensen. Dan Trammell now with it. Out to Buckmaster. They swing it, really nothing inside as they try to go inside. Now they do. The Dan Trammell, nice strong move, goes off glass, quickly ties it up at 2.
Yeah, a little surprise that time. Cats open up zone.
Three-pointer taken and missed. James Clark takes it. Grizzlies coming back the other way. Go inside again to Trammell.
Boy.
Makes a tough shot.
His presence has been felt early, it looks like in this one.
Looked like Tom Duffy had them all lined up for the block, but Trammell really showed some nice elevation and hang time. Tough shot there, and they've got him off to a great start here.
Boy, they certainly have. He's one of those guys, you look like he's at the top of his jump, and he just goes a little higher. Grizz come out zone as well.
Lazowski has trouble handling that pass, and here come the Grizzlies the other way, trying to push it up the court. Christensen out to Travis Greenwald, steps inside the arc, takes it, misses, rebounded by Justin Brown. The Bobcats coming the other way, they push it up as well. Rich all the way over for Brown, and he nails the three-pointer, and that's exactly what you want to see if you're a Bobcat fan.
That certainly is. That's 22 straight games. Justin Brown has hit a 3, ties himself for 3rd on the all-time list at Montana State.
So Bobcats up by 1 now. Grizzlies go inside again to Greenwald. Nice little hook shot. And somewhat surprisingly, the Grizzlies have really gotten off to a good start inside.
Well, they certainly have. You can maybe feel that loss of Strimlinger a little bit already for the Cats. They're not really having that defensive presence down low.
Foul called there as Brown, taking it to the basket, gets fouled by Dan Trammell. His first.
Justin's one of those guys, he gets the ball going with the shot outside, and then he can start taking it to the hole, and he's about an 80% foul shooter, so he picks up a lot of fouls.
Clark goes down low to Duffy, little turnaround on Travis Greenwald, and he gets it to Ball, and that's good news for Bobcat fans as well. If Strimlinger is unable to play, Duffy's got to step up.
Yeah, he certainly does, and he'll open up the three-point shot for the rest of the guys.
Christensen takes the 3, misses, rebounded by Dan Trammell. Goes up, hits the little jumper. Dan Trammell already with 6 points.
He's one of those guys, I tell you what, with Lazowski, that once he gets hot, he's a very streaky shooter, and he's going to knock a lot of them down, no question about it.
Yeah, he's pretty fired up in this one, too. He's the one guy out there really showing a lot of emotion here early on.
Well, I think that those Montana kids, obviously Billings West graduate, those Montana kids know how important this rivalry is.
Jared Buckmaster now going to the hoop. Foul's going to be called there on Aaron Rich. And of course, Lazowski is a senior. They were embarrassed last year. You do not want to lose in this rivalry your senior year, particularly on your home floor.
No, you certainly don't. Those Montana kids, they know about it. This is a rivalry you grow up with in this state, and you don't want to go out losing on your home court, no question about it.
Kenny Plummer and Danny Fabler come into the game now. To go inside to Travis Greenwald. Goes up, but a foul is going to be called against Kenny Plummer.
Well, I tell you, Grayson, if something's been made perfectly clear, it is this. The Grizz are going to go down low. They're going to utilize that weakness the Cats have down low right now, and they've done it. Nearly every possession have gone down low as their first option.
Greenwald just barely gets Plummer in the air there, just enough to draw the foul.
Officials maybe setting the tone a little bit. Keep it clean down there, fellas.
He misses the first one. He shoots 80% from the line, makes the second. So the Grizzlies now down 1.
Grizz come out in the zone, a little bit of a surprise. The Cats, with the proficiency that they shoot the 3 ball, they could really get some open looks at the Grizz sitting in the zone like this.
Clark takes it inside, takes it strong, almost falls, but he draws the foul.
Yeah, great move by Clark that time. Getting in there, find a seam in the zone, gets to the hoop. Now he's going to get to the line.
That's bad news for Grizz fans. That's the second on Dan Trammell here early on. He's gotten off to a great start with 6 points, but looks like he's going to come out of the game.
Yeah, it's definitely a big blow to the Grizz to lose a guy like that, to have him sit out this early in the game. He got up to a great start. Typically, with a guy like Trammell, you get up to a great start, he's going to have a great game. Now he's going to have to sit down.
Spencer Allred comes in for Trammell. Clark extends the Bobcat lead to 3, 12-9.
The Cats really need a big game out of James Clark as far as penetration and kicking to get open looks.
Ryan Slider now working his way to the basket. Power move, and he can walk the sky as well. Gets up there for the big slam.
Oh, that's deep.
Lazowski, long three-pointer. I would imagine that Mick Durham's going to say, you know what? Let's not take too many more of those, big fella.
Yeah, we did probably not a big favor taking the shots from center court like that.
Shane Christensen nails the little jumper, and the Grizzlies now jump out to a 13-12 lead.
Lazowski's one of those guys, he feels he's got a hot hand. He thinks he can shoot it from anywhere. I don't think Coach Durham would agree with that at this early in the game.
Clark trying to penetrate. Quick hands by Slider, almost knocks it away. They go inside, and a foul is going to be called. A little bit of a slow whistle there, but the foul is going to be called on Shane Christensen. Tried to knock it away. We've got a timeout on the floor. Grizzlies have a 13-12 lead.
I tell you what, in the early going, we've seen the two styles contrasting already.
We're going to take a break. Ryan Slider, Skywalker, slamming it home.
It started as a way to celebrate Montana. Now it's become a part of our lives. The Montana Summer Symphony. It brought together players and conductors from 7 Montana symphonies. It thrilled an audience of more than 20,000. Now you can own the music, Spirit of Montana, for yourself or as gifts. Purchase the Montana Summer Symphony CD, cassette, and video, featuring music digitally recorded live at Carroll College in Helena. To order, call 1-800-654-1105 or write Summer Symphony, Post Office Box 5630, Helena, Montana, 59604.
Put a sparkle in your eye at a Magic Diamond or Lucky Lil's Casino across Montana. While playing Lil's or Magic Diamond Bonus Keno, you'll notice Lucky Lil's and Magic Diamond casinos have the most liberal pay tables in Montana. Magic Diamond and Lucky Lil's casinos provide quality, good, clean fun you won't find anywhere else. And while you're playing, enjoy complimentary snacks and beverages. Look for the Bonus Players Club and earn free machine play while you play at select Lucky Lil's and Magic Diamond casinos across Montana. When you're feeling lucky, head down to a Magic Diamond or Lucky Lil's casino near you, affiliated with Pound Pump across Montana.
Welcome back. Action has started again here with Montana up 13-12.
Substitution for the Cats. James Clark out at point. They brought in the true freshman. Heck of a story, really. Jason Erickson. Mick Durham very happy with the way he's played so far.
Shot clock down to 5. Favorite takes it. Misses. Rebounded there by Lazowski, but he traveled with it. He doesn't think so. The crowd doesn't think so. But the one guy who counts does think so the Grizzlies are going to take over.
The Cats need that out of John. There's always been problems with his rebounding. If he can get some boards early, that'll really help. Cats switched it up, playing man-to-man now.
Christensen over to Ryan Slider. Looking to drive again, nothing there. It gets tipped by Jason Erickson. Out on the Bobcats, Grizzlies retain possession. Coming into the game now, E.J. Little coming in for the Bobcats. Taking out Lazowski. Also coming back in is Aaron Rich. He'll come in for Fabor.
I tell you what, Grayson, E.J. Little can flat out jump. We were down here yesterday. He was jumping over the basketball rack for crying out loud and dunking. It was pretty impressive.
Buckmaster for 3. Off. And Travis Greenwald, pretty easy putback for him. makes it 15-12. Greenwald now with 5 points in the game.
Boy, the Grizz just owning the glass right now, just pretty much owning the presence down in the paint.
Go inside to Rich. Little scramble for the ball. Little goes up, unable to convert. Rebounded by Rich. He goes up. They call a foul. Don Holst doesn't like the call at all. That goes against Travis Greenwald.
Boy, you really got to get those putbacks to go if you're E.J. Little right there. When you get looks like that, you really got to convert. Aaron Rich, of course, most famous for taking over at quarterback for Josh Heupel down in South Dakota. We all know how successful Josh was with the Oklahoma football team.
Yeah, maybe the Bobcats might experiment there a little bit, see if they've got a two-player star here.
Yeah, he might be able to sling it.
Misses the second, rebounded by Greenwald. So the Grizzlies now a 2-point lead, 15-13. Allred kicks it over to Christensen. Looking to drive, nothing there. Gets it to Slider, takes the baseline jumper. He misses, rebounded by Little.
Tell you what, Coach Holst has got to be very impressed with the way his team's running the offense right now, really getting quality shots.
Inside, they called a travel on Kenny Plummer. For E.J. Little, he is anything but. 230 pounds, not exactly a little guy. He's an impressive-looking specimen as well. We talked about Trammell early on. Little is pretty impressive to look at.
Yeah, you know, you wonder if he's really found his niche, I guess, on this Bobcat team, averaging just 3 points a game, but obviously the athleticism's there, and he gives him a real presence down low.
So the Grizzlies bring it down with a 2-point lead. 13-17 left in the first half. Brett Cummings now in for the Grizzlies. This is Deldre Carr and Ryan Peterson. So big changes for the Grizzlies. Peterson loses it, gets it back, scramble for it, jump ball, possession arrow going to... Oh, did they call a foul on this? No, possession arrow going to the Grizzlies. Coming into the game now for the Bobcats, Pete Conway.
Boy, for Montana State, it's like they have a flow of guys who can flat out stroke the three. Pete Conway last year led the Big Sky in 3-point field goal percentage.
Peterson on the inbound pass, goes glass, gets it to fall. Nice looking shot for him. The Grizzlies now 4-point lead, 17-13. Peterson only averages a little more than 2 points a game. He's got that today. Cats go inside to Duffy. Stepped on the line, though, out of bounds, so that goes over to the Grizzlies. The Bobcats have had a few wasted possessions here in the last few minutes.
Yeah, Coach Durham's not going to be too impressed with the way his team is handling things offensively, really not getting a whole lot of quality shots.
Cummings now with it. Out to Christensen, over to Deldre Carr.
Oh, got away with the walk there.
Peterson got away with it. The fans let him know. Cummings throws it away. Stolen by Jason Erickson. Trying to push it down the floor. E.J. Little inside. The shot's not going to count. Foul on Shane Christensen.
That's 2 on
That's
Shane.
his second, so that's a big one as well. Arguably the two best players right now for the Grizzlies. Gonna have to sit on the bench with a couple of fouls. Kyle Keys now comes in for Christensen.
Yeah, that's a big one for the Grizz, like we said in the pregame. Christensen's the guy that really stirs the drink for the Grizz.
Bobcats throwing it around the perimeter, trying to go inside. Duffy's got it, kicks it out to Erickson for three. He misses, rebounded by Kyle Keys. Knocked out of bounds by Aaron Rich. It's going to go to the Grizzlies. Timeout on the floor. Montana right now a 4-point lead, up 17-13.
In Grizz Country, everybody plays hard. Get your Montana Tough Dodge Durango at Grizzly Auto Center.
Finally, a restaurant and casino that stands out from the rest. Montana Jack's Casino and South Avenue Grill. Located smack dab in the middle of Rosars and the mall on South Avenue. Montana Jack's Casino open day and night.
At Don Atson Ford in Ronan, we do business on your terms. Not only can you stop by for a great deal, you can visit us on the web right from the comfort of home. At donatson.com, let your cursor do the walking. Just click away to select a vehicle, estimate your payments, appraise your trade, and get a quote. It's that easy at Don Atson Ford in Ronan.
Welcome back. Grizzlies have a 4-point lead, 11:46 left in the first half. Kyle Keys in the game. Shane Christensen sitting with 2 fouls.
Coach Holtz has that luxury of having 2 very quality kids that can both handle the point.
Buckmaster thought about the 3, steps in, takes it short, rebounded by Erickson. The Bobcats come back the other way. Travis Greenwald getting ready to come back into the game.
Bobcats reversing the ball a lot, but a lot of times you'll notice they're so far from the basket that the shots that they could take are really not good shots right now.
Grizzlies have pretty much stayed in the zone the entire time. Why not? It's worked pretty well for them. They haven't been burned by the 3 too much yet. Say yet, because the shooters can ignite at any point. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Erickson forced to take it, almost makes it, rims out. Rebounded by Kyle Keys, pushing it the other way. Gets it off to Buckmaster. Dangerous pass there, almost stolen. Then another dangerous pass that's stolen. And then Allred takes it up, gets it, and gets fouled.
Boy, it's a never-ending route to the basket for the Grizz right now. All their offense is all in the paint right now, and it's certainly working. Great play here for Allred.
Dan Trammell now comes back in with 2 fouls, comes back into the game, so he's going to have to be cautious. Ryan Slider back in as well, everyone making changes. Kenny Plummer comes in for the Bobcats.
Well, if you're Mick Durham right now, you got to think wherever Dan Trammell is, get a guy going at him and maybe pick up that third and get him out of the game for the whole half.
Allred knocks down the free throw, and he gets rewarded by leaving the game. Travis Greenwald comes back in. Grizzlies extend their lead out to 7. Allred, though, doing a nice job. He won't play a whole lot, more than likely, unless Trammell gets in foul trouble. But doing a good job filling time there.
Yeah, certainly bought Don Holst some time there on his bench to get Trammell out and maybe get him regrouped a little bit.
Bobcats still looking to get one of those open threes. Haven't really forced any.
No, they're really not getting good shots right now at all, Grayson. They're waiting until the shot clock gets down to the bottom of it and having to force something up at the end. Great feed there.
Great interior passing made by Kenny Plummer. He finds Lazowski, who puts it up and in. One of the better looking possessions the Bobcats have had so far in this game, and it cuts the Grizzly lead to 5 with about 10 minutes left here in the first half.
Well, the Cats saw the Grizz go in zone, so now they join him in it.
Quick hands by Plummer, knocks it away by Travis Greenwald. The Bobcats running back down the floor. Kick it over to Conway for 3. He takes it, misses, rebounded by Trammell. Heads up play, gets it over to Travis Greenwald before falling out of bounds. Grizzlies come back the other way. Kyle Keys taking it himself, misses, but foul is going to be called on the Bobcats on, I believe that's going to be on Aaron Rich. That's his first.
Boy, Coach Holst has an amazing luxury of 2 quality point guards like that. Keys, we just talked about a little earlier, again, just goes right to the rack with it, and not a major drop-off from Christensen.
Now, Shane Christensen certainly came into this game as the hottest Grizzly player after scoring 33, but Don Holst and Shane would probably be the first to tell you they don't expect that every game. 33 points just doesn't come along all the time, so they really need other guys like Kyle Keys and And Dan Trammell to step up and provide some points that were just missing against that overtime loss to Eastern Washington.
Well, you need that in a point guard. You need him to distribute, and sometimes you need him to score. Shane did that, and even though the Grizz lost, I think Don Holst was very happy with his performance, obviously.
Erickson brings it down now. Bobcats down by 7. To go inside to Plummer. Elevates, a little bit short. Rebounded though by Rich. Thought about it, decided not to take the shot. They kick it around now. Good ball movement out to Brown for 3. He gets a kind shooter's bounce off the glass. That's exactly what the Bobcats needed.
Boy, if it's anyone other than Justin Brown, you might not say it's a shooter's touch, but with him, it certainly is.
So that cuts the lead to 4. Greenwald goes up. Pretty easy. He's had a pretty easy time so far down low. Give him credit, though. He's gotten open.
Great feed that time by Keys to find him down there. Greenwald got him pinned off and got an easy hoop.
Greenwald has 7 now. Plummer, nice move inside, gets the bucket's ball, draws the foul. That's going to go against Travis Greenwald.
Boy, look at that feed from Justin Brown down there to Plummer. You get the hoop and the hack. Great feed. Of course, when you shoot 50% from behind the arc like Justin does, that forces the zone out there, and then you get those lanes, and they get Plummer working down low. Cats really got to take advantage of these trips to the line, obviously. To get that, you really got to convert.
Ooh, that was one ugly-looking free throw taken there. I don't think he called glass. He'll try to regroup as the Grizzlies keep a 4-point lead. Ryan Slider now looking to do something against Brown. Nothing there. Trammell now down low against Lazowski. Little hook shot comes out, rebounded by Lazowski. The Bobcats come back the other way. A chance to cut into the 4-point lead. 3-pointer taken by Brown, missed. Rebounded by Trammell. Goes down. Does a good job not to hang on to the ball. It would have been called for Trammell.
Yeah, great heads-up play there, obviously.
We're going to take a break. There's a timeout on the floor. Grizzlies lead 24-20, just under 8 minutes left in the first half.
Paging Dr. Norris. Dr. Norris.
When lives are on the line, you rely on the specialized training and expertise of real professionals. People who use the tools at their disposal to find out what's wrong and fix it. But even with years of experience, it's not always easy. Appearances can be deceiving, because even though this isn't a hospital, this is a surgeon. He just operates on cars.
Paging Dr. Norris. Your car is ready.
CarQuest, their professional choice.
Montana's a place where a handshake speaks as loud as words. Where friends are like family. And the best conversation of the day is around the dinner table. Touch America is proud to offer state-of-the-art telecommunication systems to homes and offices all across Montana, and to be a part of the spirit that connects us all. Touch America, the Montana Power Telephone Company.
Truck breakdown again? Yeah, it doesn't look like we'll be playing this weekend.
Hey, let's take the wife's car.
Carl never make it up the mountain this time of year.
Sure, Will. You've seen those TV ads.
You think?
Subaru, with the beauty of all-wheel drive at Four Seasons Subaru, Montana's #1 Subaru dealer for your next ride to and from home.
You ought to break that truck more often.
You know, I've been thinking about the same thing. Okay, we're going to go over the hill, around the dam, over the river, and through the woods. Grandmother's out.
Welcome back. Grizzlies have a 4-point lead, 7:59 left in the first half.
Joe says hi, by the way.
Yeah, we just heard Joe says hello back to you. Maybe you two can get in touch later. Ryan Slider cutting in, kicks it out to Kyle Keys for 3. Off the side of the iron, rebounded by Aaron Rich, who just chucks it off Dan Trammell's shoulder.
Out of the timeout, the Cats came out man-to-man. The zone was working pretty well for them. The Grizz really didn't get a lot of good looks. Who says there's not a rivalry? Right off the head.
Oh, there's a timeout on the floor now, but we're going to stay here.
Boy, Grayson, if anything's been made clear right now, it seems to me, in watching this part of the first half, it's been that the zone defense has been the answer for both teams. The Cats were down 7 a little bit, and then holding the Grizz in that zone. The Grizz really couldn't get a lot of great shots. Now they switch back up to man-to-man. It'll be interesting to see if the Grizz go back to attacking down low.
Yeah, it seems like both teams were so cautious about allowing the three-pointers and the jumpers that things are pretty soft right now on the inside, and the statistics really prove that, because both Travis Greenwald leads the Grizzlies in scoring with 7. John Lazowski, the same score, leads the Bobcats.
Yeah, and it seems to me the lack of big guys probably, especially for Montana State and even for Montana when Trammell gets into foul trouble, the lack of big guys are making people play a little apprehensive down low and maybe not wanting to get too physical defensively, and it's getting a lot of easy buckets for both teams down in the paint.
Yeah, so the game really kind of back and forth. The Grizzlies have had about a 4-point lead for a few minutes. Bobcats haven't gotten a whole lot closer, but the Grizzlies haven't been able to stretch it. Really back and forth, and I think this is what we're going to get for pretty much the entire game.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see anything like we saw last year with the 25-point game, obviously. This one's going to be close. It's going to go down to the wire. It should be a lot of fun.
Really a packed crowd here. Very impressive.
Yeah, we're told school actually isn't in session here, which makes it even more impressive that they pack the house like that.
So what's great about the rivalry, though, is goes back and forth. A lot of people can travel from all the towns from across Montana, come in and cheer for their team, because everyone is either a Cat or a Grizz.
Yeah, you don't waver on that one.
I think you find out pretty much at birth which you are, and then you stay that way your whole life. Bobcats kick it out. Three-pointer taken by Clark. He knocks it down. That cuts it to now a 1-point lead for the Grizzlies.
Great look that time by Plummer, hitting him on the skip pass, getting a wide open three.
Grizzlies, little ball movement.
Cats again, now they went back to the 2-3 zone. They must have heard us talking.
Grizzlies looking to go inside, nothing there. Ryan Slider covered with it.
I think if you're Don Holst, you'd like him to take that shot. He had the open shot there on the ball reversal. I think you'd like him to go ahead and take that shot.
He's been a little hesitant to take some of the jumpers this year. He's clearly a slasher. We saw it earlier. He's got some decent moves inside, but not real comfortable with the outside shot. But there are times where he's got to be expected to knock that down. Lazowski inside, goes up scrawled. No foul called. Little double block by Dan Trammell and John Lazowski. And this time at the other end of the floor, they try to go inside to Trammell. He gets knocked down. That one's going to be called on Rich. The crowd not happy. They felt there should have been a call down at the other end of the floor.
Oh, here's the play right here. Lazowski goes hard to the rack. Dan Trammell and others, they return to sender on that one. John's got to go up a little harder on that one. And here on the other end, obviously, Trammell running into things with Rich there. Kind of an up-for-grabs ball. It's a bit of a tough call to make.
Jared Buckmaster off the inbound, takes it, misses. Rebounded by Trammell, inside to Brent Cummings. Takes the short jumper, that doesn't fall. Rebounded by Justin Brown, so the Grizzlies, a couple of great opportunities, unable to capitalize. The Bobcats now a chance to take the lead. Brown working on Trammell. Gets it out to Lazowski, kicks it over to Clark. Clark drives, kicks it out to Brown. Takes it, air balls. The crowd wanted a call, he hit the deck.
Yeah, we didn't get a really good look at it, but it looked like he got hit on the hand right as he shot it. Hard to tell, though, on that one.
Goes out of bounds on the Grizzlies, so the Bobcats retain possession.
Boy, look at Danny Faborg out there wearing 33. Here's another look at the play here. Here's Justin Brown. Oh, that's maybe some pretty good acting by Mr. Brown on that one, it looks like.
So now the Grizzlies bring it down off the inbounds. They get the steal. Greenwald with it, looking to work against Plummer, kicks it over to Shane Christensen. He drives, gets the layup.
Tough move.
Scooter, as they call him, scoots his way down for two.
Yeah, he brings that to the table. He's a heck of a penetrator, and he can hit the three as well. Really great player.
Clark drives, tries to go inside, bad pass. Travis Greenwald gets his hands up. Shane Christensen ends up with it. He's just going all over the place with the ball, and there's going to be a foul called. Looks like it's going to be against James Clark.
Again, I think it'd be safe to say the crowd not happy with that call, to say the least.
I think it's pretty safe to say the crowd not happy at all with the last few sequences. They are really all over the referees right now. They have not been pleased with the way that this game has been called.
You don't envy those referees much at all. They got a tough job there.
No. We will not release their address, folks, no matter how much you ask us to. It's just not going to happen. We're here to protect them. Brent Cummings now.
Jared Buckmaster been a little quiet so far.
He's not been able to hit many of his shots. He's not taking a whole lot.
No, he certainly hasn't.
Buckmaster 0 for 3 on the game so far. Grizzlies try to set something up now.
For the isolation down low.
Let's see, an offensive called against the Grizzlies.
Moving pick that time, maybe, down in the paint.
Goes against Brent Cummings. Don Holst doesn't like it, but, you know.
Naturally he would.
Why would he? I've yet to find a coach who really enjoys fouls being called against his team.
No, typically not. I think most coaches probably feel that their players never commit a foul.
So that's actually going to put Tom Duffy on the line now as the Bobcats are in the bonus. Both teams actually in the bonus. He misses. And that allows the Grizzlies to hang on to this 3-point lead.
Cats really having a lot of trouble at the line.
Another call here. This one goes against Travis Greenwald, who's looking around kind of wondering what exactly was going on there. And this game's starting to be called very, very tight now.
Well, that's 3 now on Greenwald. That's a tough one to get there at the 5-minute mark here in the first half. Coach Holst looking for an explanation on that one. I'm not really sure.
I don't think he's going to get one. But yeah, Greenwald now with 3. That's a big problem for the Grizzlies. Taborg with the rebound off the miss. We're inside of 5 minutes now left in the first half. Duffy inside looking for someone, gets it out to Little. Nice move, unable to convert though. And a foul called.
That's twice
That's
now.
going to go against Duffy.
That's twice now. E.J. Little getting the ball down low and not able to convert. He's really got to get those to go to be a factor down low. The Cats, like we said, the whole game without Strimlinger, they really need an impact player down there. Little got a couple looks and hasn't been able to convert.
That's Duffy's first. Things have gotten very tight here. Allred takes it, he misses. Neither team capitalizing on these free throws.
But the refs continue to call it this close. We're in for a long 4 minutes here.
Duffy going up again. This time no call. Duffy gets his own rebound. Puts it back up and in. And the foul is called against Peterson.
Well, they say if it doesn't work once, try it again, and that's what he did. A great hustle play here by Tom Duffy. Underneath, goes for the reverse layup, doesn't get it, sticks with it though. Nice little jump hook here, gets it to go. There's the foul, and hopefully this time he can hit his free throw.
Chance to tie it up here, 26-25. Duffy misses. Both teams need to work on their free throw shooting here a little bit, it looks like. Christensen out to Cummings. Gives it off to Buckmaster. Peterson now being harassed by Little. Christensen over to Allred, thought about it, drives. Oh, reverse layup, nice move by Allred.
Yeah, that's a great move on the baseline. One of the first things any coach ever tells you is never give up the baseline. The Cats victimized that time on the baseline.
Go inside, Duffy takes it, misses, rebounded by Christensen. Duffy with 4 points, trying to add to it. Maybe a little bit of a quick possession there, though, for the Bobcats.
Yeah, Coach Durham probably looking for a little more of the offense to be run right now. A little sloppy right now, both teams.
Nice steal by Duffy. Yeah, both offenses having a little trouble setting anything up. Grizzlies staying in that zone. I don't believe they've switched at all this first half.
No, they've pretty much stuck with it the whole half, and it's worked very effectively.
Little inside goes up strong, not there. Duffy is, though, gets the rebound and the putback. He now has 6 points in the game.
Boy, they're getting big play out of Tom Duffy right now on the boards, getting a lot of putbacks.
And it's back down to a 1-point Grizzly lead. 3 minutes left in the first half.
The crowd may be looking for a little run right now. Really got loud in here.
Allred goes up strong. The block's going to be called. That's going to go against Duffy. That's his second personal foul.
Take another look at this one here. See if he was set or if it was a block. Oh, pretty good call. You got to be set to get the charge on that one. Obviously, Duffy not on that one. Still moving into position.
You know, you get a sense that both the coaches and the crowd, all of them are upset that maybe it's being called this tight all around. That you get a little bit of a sense, you can hear it in the crowd a little bit. Let them play, let them play. You hear that from time to time. It seems like they want these two teams, hey, they're rivals. Let them slug it out here a little bit. But it's going to be called close. Apparently, they've really established that here in the first half.
Yeah, the officials have obviously set the tone that they're not going to let anything go in this game. And maybe in the second half, they'll loosen up a little bit.
Allred now with 7 points in the game. Instant offense. Allred apparently comes in. Grizzlies have a 30-27 lead, just under 3 minutes left in the first half.
Winters are cold in Montana, but the appliance savings at Vans are red hot. Hi, I'm Jill Venn, and it's our winter appliance sale. This is a premium Bosch dishwasher. It features a stainless interior and is so quiet you'll have to touch it to know if it's running. The Bosch offers the best of both worlds, European design, American engineering. And we're bringing your family our lowest price ever on a Bosch dishwasher at $429.88, a savings of $120 and only at Vans.
Missoula's driving force, it's you we're working for. Welcome into Bitterroot Motors. Serving you with style to go the extra mile. Welcome into Bitterroot Motors. Luxury, economy, whatever you like. Just the kind of car that really suits you right. You'll save more money every time you buy. The driving force, Bitterroot Motors. Missoula's driving force, Bitterroot Motors.
Ruby's Cafe, featuring Missoula's best home cooking. Life in Western Montana is the real thing, and that's what you've always gotten at Ruby's. Family dinners, hearty soups, delicious hamburgers, real food for real people. Some things are just too good to change. Ruby's Cafe, you keep us cooking, we'll keep you coming back for more.
Welcome back. Grizzlies have a 30-27 lead, just inside 3 minutes left in the first half.
Boy, and if any team could make a run, now would be the optimal time to do it. Under 3 to go. Either team puts a little run together here, gets some momentum going into the second half. That'd be huge.
Yeah, the Grizzlies have shot pretty well today, shooting 57%. The Bobcats, 40%. Grizzlies coming into a lot of people said, we got to, if they shoot 50%, they're really going to have a chance against the Bobcats, proving to be true.
Yeah, it certainly has. They've gotten a lot of good shots, especially early going down low. They kind of got away from it a little bit as we've gotten a little sloppy right now, but if they get back to it, they're going to be just fine.
Plummer inside, strong move against Allred. That cuts it down to a 1-point lead. 2:30 left here in the first half.
Great feed that time for Erickson to find him down there in the deep post position like that.
Right now, the Grizzlies keeping Dan Trammell on the bench so he doesn't pick up a third foul. Travis Greenwald already in foul trouble. Shane Christensen, the three, takes it, misses. Rebounded by Ryan Slider.
Slider brings that to the 2 position. Very athletic, obviously, getting another board right there.
Buckmaster for 3, takes it, misses, hits the deck. He's had a hard time getting going so far. He's 0 for 4 from the field. Little lob pass to Lazowski. Does a great job to save it. Kicks it out to Pete Conway, who knocks down the 3-pointer, and the Bobcats now take a 2-point lead.
Yeah, for those familiar with Pete, obviously, another Billings West kid like Lazowski. He's been shooting like that for as long as most people in Billings can remember.
Minute 20 left in the first half. Peterson out to Christensen. The crowd really getting into it now.
And one of the first times the Cats have had a lead in an awful long time.
Down low, great pass from Buckmaster to Peterson, and the Grizzlies tie it up at 32.
The great thing about Buckmaster, if his shot isn't going, he'll find a way to get other people involved and still be a very valuable asset out there on the floor.
Erickson looking inside, gets it to Plummer. Another strong move, and right now, Allred is having a very tough time trying to stop Plummer, who's really having his way.
That's pretty obvious what the Cats are trying to do with Trammell and Greenwald out right now. They're going down low, and Plummer's really taking advantage.
About an 8-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Bobcats a 2-point lead.
Look for Christensen on the penetration here.
Takes a tough shot. Gets fouled, though. This one's going to be on Danny Fayborg. That's going to send Christensen to the line, and Grizzlies really got bailed out there a little bit. They were scrambling on offense. Not much was there.
Yeah, that's really a tough shot for Christensen to get there. But the luxury of having a guy like Christensen is that when the shot clock is going down, he can make something happen off the dribble, and as he's doing right now, find a way to get to the line. Just 4 points, though, so far in the first half for Shane. Probably a little disappointing.
Brent Cummings, Kyle Keys getting ready to come into the game. Brent Cummings comes in for Jared Buckmaster, who has struggled here in the first half. He's going to have to get going for the Grizzlies there in the second half.
I tell you, I think if you told Don Holtz before the game you'd be down 1 with 17 seconds to go and Jared Buckmaster hadn't scored, you'd be pretty happy.
Absolutely. Now it's all tied up. Christensen knocks down both. He leaves the game. Kyle Keys comes in. And boy, if I'm the Bobcats, you take a timeout right now, I go into Plummer again. It's been there the last 2 times. He's been able to really take it to Allred. Allred has not had an answer defensively.
Well, he's really proven to be unstoppable down there with the Grizz 2 big guys on the bench. A couple of great entry passes, obviously, from Mr. Fisher, pardon me, I've lost the name. Erickson, Jason Erickson, obviously. Great feeds down low to Plummer, and he's getting some good looks down low.
Yeah, he has 6 points on the day. Really, we have not seen one individual for either team really light it up. The high scores right now still with just 7 points. And that's Lazowski and Greenwald. And Allred has 7 points as well. So it's really been the inside guys who have gotten it done.
Both these teams, very balanced teams. The Grizz have 4 guys averaging double figures. Cats have a bunch of guys right around 10, 15 points a game. So we kind of expected a balance, but we probably did expect a couple of guys to really step up, and they really have it to this point.
12 seconds left. The Bobcats will play for the last possession here. Erickson kicks it out to Rich. Scrambled, nobody could get it in. No foul's going to be called. And the Grizzlies are going to go into the locker room tied with the Bobcats. Well, they're making us look smart. We said this is going to be a close game. I have yet to see a game that's closer. Can't get any closer than a tie. 34-34. A little erratic at both ends, defensively and offensively for both teams, but we should be in for an absolutely terrific second half. We're going to have a little halftime festivities coming up here. Montana State tied at 34. Stay tuned.
In Grizz country, everybody plays hard. Get your Montana Tough Dodge Durango at Grizzly Auto Center.
Welcome to the Pro Dealer Conference on Flathead Lake. We've lined up a very impressive group of speakers. So, with that, I'd like to introduce our key speaker for the week, Lorene Martin. Lorene?
Digital PCS from Blackfoot Communications. Can your cell phone do this? For a limited time, Blackfoot's offering unlimited local minutes for just $35 a month.
Why do you gotta stop at Meralt's Travel Plaza?
Meralt's Travel Plaza is class in every sense of the word.
You gotta stop!
From great customer service to fantastic food.
You gotta stop!
People are good here, friendly.
Welcome to Meralt's Travel Plaza.
You gotta stop!
For great service,
You gotta stop!
you gotta stop.
You gotta stop!
People come from miles around to visit Meralt's Travel Plaza. When it's in your own backyard, you gotta stop.
With First Interstate Bank, I have options.
Our banker approved us for our loan before we found our new home.
Applying for a loan online with First Interstate put me in the driver's seat of my new car.
With First Interstate's Express Loan by Phone, my family can really go places.
First Interstate Bank, across Montana and Wyoming. We put you first.
Hey, a bottle with a note in it. It's been here a while. Looks like some sort of map. I wonder where it leads. Should be just over this rise. This map didn't say nothing about a jungle. Gotta keep going. Hey, look, civilization. 83, 85. Oh no, now where? Maybe someone in here knows.
Welcome back. It's halftime, and it is tied. We expected a close game. That's exactly what we've gotten, 34-34. Really kind of hard to get a grasp on this game. We talked about the three-point shooting. I would expect that to show up here in the second half. It just hasn't been in the first half. Really, it's been the inside guys.
Yeah, it really hasn't been a factor. The Grizz, especially in the beginning of the first half, went down low and were very effective. When Tranel and Greenwald got into foul trouble, the Cats countered, went down low with Plummer, worked a lot. I think you'll see both teams continuing to go down low. I think that's something we can look forward to seeing. And then obviously those guys on the perimeter, they're going to start to get hot, and it's going to be a fun half.
Defensively for both teams, do you really change anything? I mean, the Grizzlies played the zone, it seemed to work, and the Bobcats, what they did, it seemed to work as well.
Yeah, both teams defensively have played very well. The Grizz zone, I think, has done everything that you would want it to do in playing a zone, and which is different, because usually when you play the zone, you get the look from the three, but the Cats aren't getting it right now. The Grizz are doing a great job of rotating.
Yeah, we're in for a great second half. When we come back, we will have an interview with Montana State Athletic Director Chuck Lindeman. Right now, tied at halftime at 34.
Introducing the latest in all-weather gear from LL Bean. It's warm, waterproof, and rugged. It's the new LL Bean Edition Outback from Subaru with full-time all-wheel drive, classic LL Bean styling, and a new, powerful 6-cylinder engine that makes the toughest drive a walk in the woods. The LL Bean Edition Outback, new from Subaru. Parka, sold separately.
Whether you're a Bobcat or a Grizzly, see your local Montana Subaru dealer today.
There's a peculiar notion that credit union members must fit certain occupational and organizational molds. Well, consumer, happily there are no molds at Missoula Federal Credit Union. Of course, members do share common characteristics. They're savvy folks who desire complete financial services, state-of-the-art access, and unparalleled customer service. They also refuse to be eaten alive by high interest charges and service fees. So, consumer, forget the mold and come as you are. Missoula Federal Credit Union, more than you expect.
Sometimes bad things happen. And when they do, call on the professionals at Town & Country Auto Body to set things right. At Town & Country Auto Body, we turn back the clock on your vehicle. So the accident that you had is nothing but a distant memory. As you can see, at Town & Country Auto Body, perfection is standard in every collision repair job that we do. So when bad things happen to you, tell your insurance company you're going to Town & Country Auto Body.
Period!
Burton's Classic means pampering yourself. Burton's Classic means Matrix style. Burton's Classic means looking good. Burton's Classic means fun. At Burton's Classic, you'll discover Matrix hair and body care that will leave you looking and feeling your best. Burton's Classic Hair Company in the new building on Reserve. Find out what we mean to you.
The beauty of all-wheel drive. Montana's #1 Subaru dealer. 4-season Subaru, Missoula.
Back, it's halftime, tied at 34, and we've been stood up.
Yeah,
we've been stood up. It's like a date gone terribly wrong. We've been stood up by the Montana State Athletic Director, Chuck Lindemann. Right now, I think he's paying attention to some other details, a lot going on. So I'm sure his mind is full of other things, other responsibilities that he has going on right now. So we'll see if we can get him in the near future. Otherwise, we'll just keep looking around. We've been stood up. Very rowdy crowd here as they now start making their way kind of back to the seats and get ready for the second half. And the crowd, always a factor. What a great rivalry. It's so nice that you know, it's not just Bozeman versus Missoula. I mean, this is, you know, neighbor versus neighbor in all of the small towns. It's not just the bigger cities here in Montana. It's all the folks.
Yeah, it certainly is. There's definitely a dividing line. There's not, you're not a Cat and a Grizz fan. You're a Cat fan or you're a Grizz fan.
Well, we're going to take a break now. It's halftime. We'll have more halftime festivities. We're going to have some stats and highlights for you coming up. It's halftime. We won't stand you up, I promise that. Tied at 34. We'll be back.
At Don Atson Ford in Ronan, we do business on your terms. Not only can you stop by for a great deal, you can visit us on the web right from the comfort of home. At donatson.com, let your cursor do the walking. Just click away to select a vehicle, estimate your payments, appraise your trade, and get a quote. It's that easy at Don Atson Ford in Ronan.
At Big Sky Cyclery and Fitness, we know that good health is priceless, but we also know getting healthy doesn't have to cost a fortune. Stop by our convenient location on South Avenue next to the Goodwill store and see what great value is all about. We have the best technology has to offer in professional exercise equipment for the home, affordably priced to meet your tight budget. Get in shape and stay healthy with Big Sky Cyclery and Fitness, equipment for the good life in western Montana.
Hey, Missoula, did you hear the hot news? El Matador in Southgate Mall has a whole new atmosphere you're gonna love. I love it so much it makes me homesick, but I stick around because I love El Matador's fine Mexican menu, like my favorite, the world-famous Original Matador. With over 175,000 sold locally, you know they're great. Plus, El Matador's huge selection of beer and wines go great with anything on the menu. And of course, the salsa and chips are always free with your meal. Come see what's new at El Matador in Southgate Mall, the best little Mexican restaurant this side of the border. How does the Sweet Palace in Phillipsburg wrap each piece of their many flavors of taffy? Let's back up a bit and show you. See it for yourself at the Sweet Palace.
Before you purchase a new car or truck, better make sure it fits your lifestyle. If you have an active lifestyle and love the outdoors, head directly to Missoula Hyundai and get acquainted with the 2001 Hyundai Santa Fe. It's all you'd ever want from a rugged SUV starting at under $20,000. Ask to test drive the Santa Fe and check out its superior handling with four-wheel drive independent suspension and Shiftronic 4-speed automatic transmission. It's the Hyundai Santa Fe. Transportation for outdoor lovers. Only at Missoula Hyundai by Southgate Mall on the 93 Strip.
Welcome back. It's halftime. Tied at 34. Wow, are we in for a great second half? Boy, the rivalry, both the men's and women's, really heated up. Both teams, all the teams, great this year. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. There were a few of them, and boy, this was some highlight. Ryan Slider finding a way to the basket.
Boy, he just goes hard to the cup right here. Great spin move there. Great move there, hard up, and you get that acceleration, and then a great, obviously, leaping ability for the nice two-fisted follow there. That's a great move by Slider, no question about it. Then on the other end, obviously, the Cats got this going late in the first half. They started going to Plummer when the Grizz got into foul trouble down low, and boy, did it work. Obviously, Erickson, a great feat here. He did this a couple times in a row for the Cats, down inside to Plummer. Plummer, a lot like Dan Trammell as far as build. One of those guys who's real strong upper body and then goes up hard with it for the nice two.
That really illustrates a big problem for the Grizzlies coming out for the second half. If Greenwald and Trammell don't stay out of foul trouble, they're going to see a lot of Plummer, and that's bad news. Taking a look at the stats, teams, Bobcats really not shooting all that well. The Grizzlies, they're shooting pretty well, over 50%. That's what they really had to do. Three-point range, though, they're 0 for 6, so that's pretty big. A little bit misleading because Buckmaster's not been a factor. Rebounds, even. Fouls, even. Turnovers, even. Score, even.
Sensing a trend?
Yeah, exactly. They both made the same amount of field goals. I mean, shoot, look at the score, folks, and this is clearly a game that is as even as you can get. We'll have to see. Maybe looking at overtime, we'll have to find out. We'll come back for the second half. Montana State tied at 34.
Winters are cold in Montana, and appliance savings are red hot at Vans. Hi, I'm Jill Van, and it's our winter appliance sale. This is an Amana refrigerator with built-in water filtration. With the Amana system, there's no need to lug heavy bottles. The Amana Clean and Clear filter removes many impurities and replaces with a simple twist. Filtered water and ice dispensed through the door makes this refrigerator a tremendous value at $899.98, only at Vans.
Missoula's driving force, it's you we're working for. Welcome into Bitterroot Motors. Serving you with style to go the extra mile. Welcome into Bitterroot Motors. Luxury, economy, whatever you like. Just the kind of car that really suits you right. You'll save more money every time you buy. The driving force, Bitterroot Motors. Missoula's driving force, Bitterroot Motors.
Ruby's Cafe, featuring Missoula's best home cooking. Life in Western Montana is the real thing, and that's what you've always gotten at Ruby's. Family dinners, hearty soups, delicious hamburgers, real food for real people. Some things are just too good to change. Ruby's Cafe, you keep us cooking, we'll keep you coming back for more.
Each year, Missoula continues to grow, and with it, the demands put on our local recycling service. After many years on Spruce Street, the BFI Recycling Center has outgrown its current location. We are excited to announce the expansion of our recycling services to 3207 West Broadway near the Reserve Street overpass. Better street access and bigger lot size will make recycling even easier. Thanks, Missoula, for helping BFI take recycling into the new century with a new and better location for our customers. 3207 West Broadway near the Reserve Street overpass. Now open and ready to serve you.
Need a new van? Ronan Auto Body Sales, your 5-star Dodge, Chrysler, Plymouth, and Jeep dealer, has over 20 Caravans and Grand Caravans in stock. That means vans at only $99 over invoice, rebates as high as $3,000, and interest rates as low as 2.9%. Forget looking elsewhere. A better dealer and price cannot be found. Call Ronan Auto Body Sales at 406-676-5811 or stop by today on Highway 93 North in Ronan.
Tonight's meeting between the University of Montana Grizzlies and the Montana State Bobcats is being brought to you by Lucky Lil's and Magic Diamond Casinos, a division of Town Pump across Montana. The Montana Power Company, energizing Montana. Touch America, light, speed, now. The Montana Wood Products Association, promoting healthy forests and healthy communities. CarQuest, you'll find it at CarQuest. And Cellular One, we tell it like it is, so let's talk.
Welcome back. Tied at 34, just about ready for the second half. And I think despite what happened last year with the Grizzlies sweeping the series and blowing out the Cats, I think the Bobcats probably came into this game as slight favorites based on what's happened so far this year and the fact that they're 2-0 in the conference, are certainly contenders to win the conference title. So I think the Grizzlies coming out, I think they feel pretty good that they're tied, and I think the Bobcats are saying, wait guys, you know, we can do a few things better. If we do that, we might be able to pull away here.
Well, I think Don Holst is definitely happy. He's got a tie ball game in a game that, like you said, he was probably the underdog in, and to top it off, one of his best players, Jared Buckmaster, yet to score, and to be tied up at half and have one of your best players not score. Obviously, things looking all right for the Grizz right now.
One of the things we're going to have to keep an eye on is the personal foul situation, particularly for the Grizzlies. Brown takes the shot, hits it. Good first possession for the Bobcats. They are now up 2.
Justin Brown able to do that when you're such a successful three-point shooter. You can give a little pump fake and get in the lane, a nice little jumper there.
Buckmaster kicks it out to Shane Christensen. Goes baseline, little jumper, can't get it to fall, but he gets fouled. Gets fouled there by Clark.
Interesting to see the Cats switch it up again. They've been switching defenses a lot. They're back to man-to-man now. Great move here by Shane on the baseline. Again, Cats really can't give up the baseline. Ooh. Didn't really see a whole lot on that one. Clark maybe have some reasons to complain.
That's Clark's second. The refs have called it very close all day. Apparently they're going to do that here in the second half as well.
Yeah, there's been no question about that. They called a very tight game in the first half, and from the start of it here, it looks like we're going to see that again in the second half.
Shane Christensen now with 7 points. Make it 8. So it's been a little bit of a quiet 8 points for Shane Christensen. After 33, 8 points is quiet. And we are back in a tied game at 36.
Grizz again sitting in the zone, and they've played very well in it in the first half.
Pass into Rich. He's going to be called for the charge. Looked like the momentum of the pass, really not Rich's fault there as he runs into Dan Trammell.
I was going to say he has Justin Brown to thank for that one, for leading him a bit on that skip pass. You see Justin leading him a little bit, left Rich not much choice but to get the charge there.
Christensen kicks it out to Buckmaster, over to Greenwald. Thought about the 3, doesn't take it. Out to Buckmaster for 3, thought about it as well. He decides to give it up to Greenwald. A lot of thinking about it, but no shooting yet. Christensen now on the drive, kicks it out to Greenwald, goes inside, does a good job to get Duffy in the air, and that's enough to get up and get the bucket.
Boy, we saw a lot of that in the first half with Greenwald getting great shots down low, and again, he did it again. Get the guy in the air and get the nice little shot to fall.
Nice skip pass over to Brown. Boom, knocks down the 3-pointer. Wasn't open a whole lot in the first half, but boy, when it is, he's going to knock it down.
Not afraid to pull the trigger, and you can't blame him. It seems like every time he gets a look, he's going to nail it.
So the Bobcats now with a 1-point lead. Shane Christensen takes the 3. He misses, rebounded by Greenwald. Gives it to Dan Trammell. Goes up, unable to convert though. Don Holst wanted a foul, not going to get it. Bobcats come back the other way. Clark for 3, takes it, misses, rebounded by Lazowski, goes up, he misses, rebounded by Rich, puts it up and in, and now the Bobcats have their biggest lead in a long time, possibly of the entire game, up by 3 points now.
Boy, the Cats really look like they came out inspired in the second half.
Buckmaster quickly erases that lead, gets the 3-pointer, his first field goal of the day.
Coach Holst obviously likes that, to see Jared come out and get some confidence here early in the second half.
Brown now going baseline. Takes the jumper, misses. Dan Trammell comes down with the rebound. Christensen goes inside to Greenwald. That one gets swatted by Duffy out of bounds. Grizzlies take possession.
Great job of help defense there by Duffy. Looked like the Cats were a little lost on defense. Here you get a look at it. You see John Lazowski goes off a little bit. Greenwald all alone. Duffy comes over, makes a nice block. Great job of help side D from him.
Duffy's going to leave the game. He gets replaced by Plummer. Very effective there late in the first half. Steal made by Rich off the inbound pass. And he loses it. Brian Slider, quick hands, gets it on the ground. It gets wrapped up. We've got some extracurricular activity now between Plummer and not Greenwald.
Looks like Buckmaster down there. The ref, Johnny on the spot, another break up, whatever it was. Aaron Rich never really looked comfortable handling the ball on this possession.
So the ref kind of jumps on top here as you take another look. Little dog pile. Very cautious, I'd have to say, for the ref there.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the smartest move, jumping in the middle of those two guys.
Well, that's something. Tied up at 41 now. Coming back the other way as the possession goes over to the Grizzlies. Christensen inside the Slider. Nice move, a little bit too nice because he traveled. Boy, he wanted that one too. He knew he got his man up in the air, but just little stutter steps, and that cost him. Yeah, so maybe Bobcats take over.
Maybe a little anxious there to get the open look down there.
Erickson now in the game, replacing Clark. He was pretty effective as far as just running the team in the first half.
Yeah, we saw a lot of him in the first half. Really played a lot of minutes there in the first half. A lot of great feeds down low. Pete Conway also in for the Cats now.
Brown trying to get it. Skips it across. Not a real good pass, but they get a little bit lucky there. It goes off of Greenwald out of bounds. So the Bobcats keep possession.
Yeah, that's a real tough pass to make to try and skip it down to the post from clear out on the perimeter. That's pretty tough.
They inbound it to Conway, over to Brown. Against Plummer, this is what worked in the first half. He kicks it out to Conway, takes the three and knocks it down. Conway now with 6 points, both coming off of threes, and Bobcats have a 3-point lead.
Whether it be Conway or Brown, it seems like if they get an open look, they're going to knock it down.
Buckmaster being closely guarded by Conway. Peterson in the game now.
Grizz showing some patience here on the offense. The Cats sitting in the man-to-man. Haven't been back to the zone since late in the first
Ryan
half.
Slider's a jumper. He doesn't take a whole lot of those, but that's a big shot for him as far as confidence. He knocks it down. Ryan Slider now has 4 points.
Boy, that's going to really open things up for him. If he can knock down that 15, 16-foot jumper, it's going to really open up his penetration.
Pardon me, he's got 5 now today. Cuts the lead to 1. Brown, the 3, takes it, knocks it down. Brown now 14 points.
Well, you can thank Kenny Plummer for that one. A great pick on the backside on the ball reversal. Got Brown open in the corner for the wide open 3.
Dan Trammell getting ready to come back in for the Grizzlies. The Bobcats have now opened up a 4-point lead.
Well, you get the feeling the Cats could be on the verge of making a run here. Big possession for the Grizz right here.
Ryan Slider goes up, misses, gets his own rebound, goes up strong, gets it, and gets the foul. That's where his leaping ability really came in handy.
Boy, that's twice now in the second half. The Cats look like they're going to maybe put a run on. Grizz come right back and got a 3, and now a 3-point opportunity. Great hustle by Slider to stick with this one and get the putback to go. Now if he can get the free throw, he'll have a 3-point play.
Foul on Brown. That's his first. Oh, they changed that. Actually, it's going to be on Conway. And that's going to be his first. Slider knocks down the free throw. He now has 8 points for Ryan Slider. And that makes it just a little bit closer now. The Grizzlies down by 1, 47-46. Stay tuned.
My dad was really good with his hands. Could have been a surgeon if he wanted to. He could hear a car driving by and tell you whether it needed a tune-up or if the brakes were starting to go. Doctors and lawyers would stop at his garage asking for professional advice. And after school, he'd let me watch him work his magic on cars. More than anyone, he taught me how to earn my customers' trust. Like Dad, I'm proud to be a professional auto technician and proud of the work we do.
CarQuest, the professional choice.
Put a sparkle in your eye at a Magic Diamond or Lucky Lil's casino across Montana. While playing Lil's or Magic Diamond Bonus Keno, you'll notice Lucky Lil's and Magic Diamond casinos have the most liberal pay tables in Montana. Magic Diamond and Lucky Lil's casinos provide quality, good, clean fun you won't find anywhere else. And while you're playing, enjoy complimentary snacks and beverages. Look for the Bonus Players Club and earn free machine play while you play at select Lucky Lil's and Magic Diamond casinos across Montana. When you're feeling lucky, head down to a Magic Diamond or Lucky Lil's casino near you, affiliated with Pound Pump across Montana.
I called Carrie today.
How's she?
As talkative as ever.
Touch America will provide you economical fiber optic long-distance service.
Now don't forget, I'm on the road all next week.
But how will I tell you goodnight?
We'll develop innovative calling programs for you.
Did you know a hummingbird beats between 78 times a second?
We'll even open up a world of information to you. But we'll never call and interrupt your dinner. So please, call us. We're Touch America, telecommunications from the Montana Power Company.
Welcome back. Second half, Montana State up 47-46. The crowd likes that. In fact, we've got the ladies team, the Bobcats, behind us.
There's a familiar face, Senator Max Baucus in the crowd today.
Wonder who he's rooting for. You know, he's a politician. He's probably saying that, you know, he'll probably root for whoever is in the lead at the time.
My bet is he won't pick a side.
No, probably not. Someone get a mic. Go get him. Peg him down. Let's see what we can get out of him.
Especially this close to being re-election time. Definitely not going to want to pick a side in this one. That's a tough pass to try and make there.
Tough pass. Plummer and Brown just not quite on the same page there. So it goes over to the Grizzlies now.
Boy, you really like what Justin's doing shooting the ball, but now a couple turnovers starting to mount up against him. Trying to get that skip pass down to the post. It's a real tough pass to try and make.
11 turnovers now for the Bobcats. They go inside to Greenwald, the Grizzlies. Takes the little hook, doesn't fall. Conway up with the rebound. Nice ball movement as they kick it out to Brown. Well, maybe one pass too many. It gets stolen by the Grizzlies, who have numbers. Shane Christensen cuts inside, a little bit of a wild pass. Trammell tracks it down. Trammell now cuts inside. Looked for a foul, didn't get it. Got his own rebound, missed. Rebounded now by E.J. Little, who comes into the game.
Trammell may be a little surprised at how open he was on that penetration.
Not really a finger roll kind of guy.
No.
Take it to the rack hard. Conway now, nice move inside, nice pass. Gets it to Plummer with the flush, and that gets the crowd on their feet. The Bobcats now open up a three-point lead.
Looked like Pete was a little uncomfortable in the air, and then it just developed nice for the great pass to Plummer.
Christensen driving inside. They call him for the travel. And the Grizzlies having a little bit of a tough time now. Right now, they're kind of in that danger zone. You know, it's a three-point lead for the Bobcats. Look to be getting things going on offense. Don Holst calls the timeout, probably a good move.
Probably a smart move from Coach Holst. Get his team regrouped a little bit and see if they can get this thing figured out.
Just a 20-second timeout, so we're going to stay here. Right now, really, he's just going to calm his team down. But right now, he's in the pace, probably challenging the guys here a little bit, saying, hey, we're in this game. We're in the danger zone, though, so let's make sure we get some good possessions and make sure we play some good defense.
Well, the Cats have really started to knock down the outside shot, and when you get them knocking down the outside shot, you get the feeling that they can put a run on right now. Coach Holst maybe feeling that momentum starting to sway a little bit. Great timeout here, get his team regrouped.
Yeah, the Grizzlies, they really haven't been able to play the tempo that they would like to play today, which is rebound, move, get down the court, get some easy baskets, you know, get running, but it just really hasn't happened for them. And credit the Bobcats, because they've been able to make a few shots here, but they've had great transition defense as well.
Yeah, the Grizz would like to get guys like Slider and Trammell out there flying on the open court, and they haven't been able to do it to this point.
Bobcats a chance to open up this lead a little bit, 5, maybe 6 with the three-pointer.
Grizz way extended out in that zone right now. Actually, Grizz in man-to-man.
They've switched it up. Foul called there on Conway as he drove to the basket. That's going to be called on Cummings.
Boy, you love to see that out of Pete, a guy who can flat out shoot it from behind the arc, now being very aggressive going to the rack. You really like to see that with the kid right there out of Billings West.
That's the second on Cummings. Conway misses the first.
One.
On the season, shoots a little over 65%.
That's a little surprising, actually. Usually a guy who shoots it so well from behind the arc does so at the line, too.
Just like long distance, doesn't like those close ones.
It's too easy. Stay behind the arc, counts for more anyway.
Dan Trammell comes out of the game now. Really hasn't been able to get going here in the second half. The Grizzlies have struggled offensively.
Well, we talked about it. So much of the Grizzlies game revolves around up-tempo, and they haven't been able to get it going.
Brent Cummings driving inside. Foul called.
Well, you love to see that.
It's going to be on Conway.
Cummings going aggressive to the rack right here. Didn't look like he thought it was going to open up like that, and then when it did, it kind of parted like the seas, went hard to the rack, and got the foul there.
It's Conway's second. I mean, you know, admittedly, sure Bobcat fans out there say that was pretty close. It was, but apparently today, that's all they need is something close.
Yeah, it's been that way the whole game. The officials have definitely made that clear. They're going to call a tight game.
Cummings misses the first free throw. They're 11 of 14 from the line today, the Grizzlies. Knocks down the second. It's going to cut it to a 3-point lead. Spencer Allred coming back to come in. He's been impressive today. He's been a little bit surprising as far as the offense he's been able to.
Yeah, he certainly has. It's late part of the first half. He really did a great job down low, getting some offense going. The Cats were able to, however, victimize him with Plummer when the Grizzlies guys, Greenwald and Trammell, were out with foul trouble.
Yeah, he's on Duffy now as they stay in that man-to-man. Duffy decides to take the little jumper off the back iron, rebounded by Buckmaster. Grizzlies coming the other way.
Maybe a little out of Duffy's range that time. I like to keep him in the paint a little bit.
Oh, Rich going for the steal, misses. Buckmaster 3, he's short. Just has not been able to find the range. Rebounded though by Cummings.
Boy, Jared's really seemed apprehensive out there in this game. He doesn't look like he's real confident in his shot, but to his credit, he's sticking with it and he's still hoisting him up, and you got to do that.
Gets called for a travel, Cummings does, before the pass. Conway now out to Rich, thought about the 3, decides to try to go inside. Brown out of the game right now, so the Bobcats looking to get somebody else off the blocks. Duffy, a strong move inside, gets it to fall. That makes it 52-47 now, and the Bobcats have clearly come out here in the second half looking a little bit more confident on the offensive end. Grizzlies have yet to find themselves.
This game's been so tight, a 5-point lead seems like a 10-point lead right now.
Allred inside, little up and under move. Looked like Duffy got a piece of it. Allred gets it back, goes up strong. Duffy gets a piece of that. It goes out of bounds on the Bobcats, and the Grizzlies are going to maintain possession. But there's a timeout on the floor. Bobcats starting to build a little bit of a lead. They lead the Grizzlies by 5. Stay tuned.
In Grizz Country, everybody plays hard. Get your Montana Tough Dodge Durango at Grizzly Auto Center.
At Big Sky Cyclery and Fitness, we know that good health is priceless, but we also know getting healthy doesn't have to cost a fortune. Stop by our convenient location on South Avenue next to the Goodwill store and see what great value is all about. We have the best technology has to offer in professional exercise equipment for the home, affordably priced to meet your tight budget. Get in shape and stay healthy with Big Sky Cyclery and Fitness, equipment for the good life in Western Montana.
We're gathered here today to witness the joining of Bob and Darlene in holy matrimony. The bond of marriage is a sacred and everlasting one, symbolized...
Yes! Grizz win! Woo-hoo-hoo! Out of bed!
Sit down, please.
Digital PCS from Blackfoot Communication. Can your cell phone do this? For a limited time, Blackfoot's offering unlimited local minutes for just $35 a month.
Welcome back. Boy, that's what it's all about. Nothing better than going out to a ball game with your folks.
Well, they train them young, already wearing the Montana State shirt.
But she'll just trade that in for larger sizes as she grows up, but it'll be the same team, same words. Rich, wow, just ricocheting all over the place. Allred gets called for the travel.
That whole possession was a little uncomfortable to watch. Pretty awkward on both teams. Cats come back with Justin Brown. My bet is they'll look to get him some open shots.
Another score from the Big Sky. NAU on top of Sac State, 44-38. NAU pulling one of the surprises in the Big Sky Conference this year, beating Northridge, the favorite to win the conference. Lazowski knocks it down. He's been very quiet here in the second half. Finally gets off. He has 9 points.
Boy, that's what they want from him. Bobcats, their biggest lead of the game, now up to 7.
Yeah, this is a critical time for both teams as Plummer gets called for the foul because the Bobcats, if they continue to play confident and get those good offensive possessions, they can put the Grizzlies away here. the Grizzlies, they need to find themselves here quickly, or they're going to find them really in a hole that they may have a hard time climbing out of.
Yeah, the Grizz have looked very uncomfortable in the half-court game. They need to somehow get the tempo up and get running a little bit. That's a tough call there.
Oh, that's going to be a call on Greenwald. He doesn't like it. Don Holst doesn't like it. But it's been called just extremely close all day.
It's 4 on Travis.
That is his fourth, and it looks like Holst is going to leave him in here for now. Ryan Slider almost picking that one off. Showing some athleticism, jumping over the Bobcats bench there. This is a big possession for both teams.
Boy, if the Cats can push it to 10, that'd be a big play for them. Obviously, they're not going to do that.
Now, ball gets knocked around a little bit. Some quick hands inside for the Grizzlies as they get the possession. Christensen looking to create something. Slider on Brown.
Boy, this is the guy, Slider. If they could get him getting some penetration going on Justin Brown, that could be a way for the Grizzlies to get the offense going.
Buckmaster drives inside. Brown some quick hands, but Buckmaster gets called for the charge. They are really racking up the fouls now. That's going to go against the Buckmaster, and that's going to be his first. One of the few guys not in foul trouble.
Well, definitely a collision there. Obviously, he got rid of the ball, got him on the way down, but looked like a decent call.
Skip pass. Brown takes the three. Knocks it down, and right now the Bobcats have opened up a 10-point lead, and the Grizzlies are in a lot of trouble because this crowd is fired up.
This crowd is just awoken. I guess you could say Justin Brown, the guy who's done that.
Buckmaster on the baseline, goes up, comes down with it, gets called for traveling.
The Cats maybe starting to put this one away a little bit, building a 10-point lead. They can add to it here. That'd be pretty big for them.
Yeah, right now the Grizzlies, the coach is very, very upset with the way this game is being called. You take another look. Well, it looked like it got tipped away.
That certainly did. That's a tough call maybe there for Jared. He's had a rough enough time. He doesn't need that one going against him.
Yeah, this is one where, you know, Bobcat fans right now, they're pretty happy with the refs because of the calls, and they've got a 10-point lead. But again, this is one where, you know, as a fan, it'd be pretty easy to say, let the guys play a little bit here. An awful lot of whistles.
Well, I think no matter who you are, whether you're a fan or doing our job or a coach, you'd like to see the guys be out there and play. And the way they're calling it right now, obviously very tight. We're going to be shooting a lot of free throws the last few minutes of this game.
Well, clearly, coming into the game, Grizzlies not as experienced as the Bobcats. It's shown in the second half.
It certainly is. The Cats have done a great job of getting Justin Brown open looks. They're setting a lot of back picks, getting some ball reversal. He's got 3 shots now in the corner over here, and he's pretty much automatic. Here's a look at it. This time, that's just an amazing play to be able to fake the pass, compose yourself, and knock down the 3. And he's doing it. He's just automatic right now.
Yeah, he has 17 points, really been the catalyst here in the second half. And the Grizzlies, they've gotten a lot of balanced scoring, but no one's really lighting it up. I mean, Greenwald has 9 points. Trammell's been very silent, really, since the second half of the first half. He's only got 6 points. He needs to get going if they're going to have any chance. They're getting a lot of scoring from a lot of people, but someone's got to step up.
Yeah, they certainly do, especially in the half-court set. They have to find a way to get someone to establish some offense in the half-court game.
So now the Bobcats a chance to maybe start lowering the hammer. A lot of time left in this game, 9:18, but they're starting to smell the blood in the water here a little bit.
Coach Durham made a great adjustment at halftime. Justin Brown not getting a lot of open looks in the first half against that zone. Not the case here in the second half.
Very nice inside the front. Goes up, gets it to fall. Nice bucket for him. That worked in the first half. It works here.
Boy, this crowd is really alive right now. They're behind this team, and this team can kind of feel it a little bit right now.
They're up by 12, their largest lead. Buckmaster, the miss. Trammell, the rebound, gets it. Call's going to be called on Plummer. Foul on Plummer for over the back. Again, it looked like a pretty good scramble down low.
Yeah, on a play like this, so anytime you give that the big arm swoop like that, you're more than likely going to get called for. You see Plummer here. Yeah, you go at it like that, they're more than likely going to call the foul on you.
I think Holst would probably like Trammell saying, hey, you've got some great leaping ability. Take it up a little harder. Go up there and see if you can rock the rim a little bit. Trammell, though, gets to the line. A couple of big free throws because they just needed some points here. They've been very quiet lately, and they're still down 10. And the Bobcats look very comfortable and confident in their half-court sets offensively.
The Grizz just looking real apprehensive on the offensive end right now. Not the case on the other end.
We go inside. Plummer gets knocked away by Trammell. Oh, they're going to say that it's out on Plummer. They're going to talk about this here a second. The ref who made the original call said, look, I saw it pretty well.
And it was a good call. As you see, it went right off Plummer there. Trammell did a great job of hitting it first, but obviously went out of bounds off of Plummer.
So the Grizzlies take over. Chance to get inside of that 10-point margin.
Big possession, obviously, for the Grizz right now.
Slider tried to go baseline. Faber got out of bounds when he tried to knock it back in, but some pretty good defense there played by Faber.
Yeah,
Rich comes back in for Danny.
Tom Duffy also in for the Cats.
Duffy's going to come in for Plummer, who's really given some quality minutes today.
Well, he certainly has. He's played very well down there, but the absence of Strimlinger, he's definitely filled the void, no question about it.
Plummer, 10 points off the bench, and it's been very effective with a nice percentage for him. He's been really very nice player for the Bobcats today.
And they're also very timely whenever the Cats need a bucket. They go down to him, and he's got it.
Oh, some quick hands by Rich as they get the steal. Oh, that was a big one for the Bobcats. Big steal. Grizzlies needed to get within 10. Brown looking for something. Slider out on him. Run him up a screen. Still Slider on him. Turns around, takes the jumper. I think Slider got a piece of it. Rich gets the ball, goes up. The foul's going to be called on Jared Buckmaster. That's his second of the game.
Probably not the shot that Coach Sherman would like Jesse to take, although it's hard to say there's a bad shot. Great hustle by Rich. We saw it on both ends. Comes up with the steal at that end and then gets the board here. Again, though, kind of a tic-tac foul a little bit.
Yeah.
Like down there. We've seen it at both ends.
I mean, without a doubt, the number one thing you ask of officials is be consistent. They have been consistent. There have been some calls that have looked, well, relatively clean just on any given day, but they've called them both ways.
Typically in a game like this, they like to set the tone and make sure they call it tight, and they certainly have done that.
Rich knocks them both down as the Bobcats have opened up a pretty healthy lead here. 7:40 left in the game. The Bobcats lead the Grizzlies 61-49.
Put a sparkle in your eye at a Magic Diamond or Lucky Lil's Casino across Montana. While playing Lil's or Magic Diamond Bonus Keno, you'll notice Lucky Lil's and Magic Diamond Casinos have the most liberal pay tables in Montana. Magic Diamond and Lucky Lil's Casinos provide quality, good, clean fun you won't find anywhere else. And while you're playing, enjoy complimentary snacks and beverages. Look for the Bonus Players Club and earn free machine play while you play at select Lucky Lil's and Magic Diamond Casinos across Montana. When you're feeling lucky, head down to a Magic Diamond or Lucky Lil's Casino near you, affiliated with Pound Pump across Montana.
Hello.
Hey, Don. This is Mick Durham.
How you doing, Mick?
Man, I need a break. You want to talk some basketball?
At Cellular One, we tell it like it is. You like that idea? Let's talk.
Well, Don, we'll see you on the court.
Yeah, loser buys breakfast, buddy.
Blue Ribbon Accessories invites you to stop into the new showroom on the inside corner of Russell and Broadway next to our auto body. As soon as you step through the door, you'll arrive on the cutting edge of automotive customizing and accessories. For instance, Blue Ribbon's new Customize It software and computer. Just select a year, make, and model, then select any color you wish. All that's left is to accessorize. Blue Ribbon also does professional installation of custom spray and bed liners. That's Blue Ribbon Truck and Van Accessories at 1450 Cedar next to Blue Ribbon Auto Body.
Welcome back. Montana State up 61-49. See a couple of young Cat fans there. And the Grizzlies, somebody has got to become a go-to guy. That's been something Don Holst has been preaching all year. Christensen did it against Eastern Washington, but somebody needs to do it now. Buckmaster air balls.
Boy, he just is really not looking confident.
I mean, this has been the problem for the Grizzlies in their losses. They have not had somebody step up. Shane Christensen scored 33. It looked like he might be the go-to guy, but really, no one's done it here in the second half. Dan Trammell getting ready to come back in. Maybe he'll be the guy, but somebody better show up or we're going to lose to the Cats today.
Yeah, no question about it. Obviously, Shane Christensen would be the guy you'd think to step up. He did last week, like you said, and he really hasn't even gotten a whole lot of shots off here in the second half. He's been pretty silent out there.
Goes out of bounds on Lazowski. The Grizzlies, now this is a big possession. They got to get within 10 here with about 4 minutes left in order to have a real shot at pulling off a comeback.
Yeah, for the Grizz to have a shot at it, they got to get this thing under 10 and from that maybe build a couple good possessions here and get that done.
Slider looking for something, nothing there. Cuts in, gives it off to Greenwald. No one looking like they want to take a shot. Greenwald takes it, knocks it down. And he's got 11 now today. That leads the Grizzlies.
A lot of standing around for the Grizz that possession. Coach Holt's not going to be a big fan of that. He'd like to see a lot more movement from his offense.
Lazowski on the perimeter. They go inside to Duffy, takes the shot, misses. For the putback.
Boy, Aaron Rich, not a real flashy player, but he's one of those intangible guys. Gets a lot of boards, a lot of steals, and a lot of putbacks. Had a great second half so far.
He's got 7, most of those coming here in the second half. Buckmaster with it, the crowd lets him hear it.
Good memory here.
Out of bounds on the Bobcats. I got to give the crowd credit. You got to jump on a guy. When he airballs one, you got to jump on him. They do.
They certainly did, no question about that. Jared obviously struggled tonight. This is not typical of what you get from him. Usually a very solid player, and he still is. He just not knocking down the shot right now.
Yeah, Buckmaster has only 3 points today. 1 3-pointer, 1 for 8 from the field. A lot of time left, though. If they can get it within 10, he is a guy that they will go to, and he'll be counted on to make some shots.
Well, no question about it. Far from over. Still a lot of basketball to be played.
In fact, there he is going inside to Greenwald. Gets stripped away. They're going to call the foul now on Greenwald, and that's going to be it for Travis.
And again, the guy in the bottom of the pile is Aaron Rich, just absolutely hustling everywhere right now for the Cats. Big blow here, obviously, for the Grizz to lose Travis Greenwald. At 5-minute mark, that's a tough one.
That's going to do it for Travis.
Boy, that's a tough call there to make. A couple guys just looks like they're going for the ball. But one thing about it, we said all game, these guys were playing, they're calling it tight, and it continued there.
Boy, Don Holst just gave an earful to the referee. He's really been unhappy the entire game. He has not liked the way that the referees have conducted themselves as far as calling it as tight as they have. But hey, they've done it from the very beginning. So when you know that, your team has to be able to adjust. The Bobcats have done that. The Grizzlies just haven't.
Yeah, the Grizzlies obviously have not adapted to that in foul trouble. And Coach Holst taking his entire minute to go ahead and make the substitution here.
Grizzlies are going to take a timeout, try to come up with something. A lot of long faces right now for the Grizzlies, and that's not good. Don Holst needs to pump up his troops and say, guys, there's still almost 6 minutes left in this game. Yes, we're in a hole. We got to dig our way out, but let's go out there and fire away, see what we can pull off. Right now, the Bobcats, you look at them, you can see their experience. They've got that kind of quiet, calm attitude, okay? If we do this, this, and this, we'll win.
Kind of a been there, done that feeling from the Cats, like they can kind of smell the blood and realize that a couple more baskets going to put this thing away. For the Grizz, the 2 guys that have to step up, in my opinion, are guys like Ryan Slider and Shane Christensen. Those 2 guys that have got to attack the basket. If your outside shot isn't going, you got to find a way to get some points on the board, and one of those ways is going to the line. Those 2 guys can do it with penetration.
Yeah, make no doubt about it. These Bobcats do remember last year shellacking. The Grizz really
pummeled them, the worst blowout in the series history, and Bobcats want revenge, and right now they're on their way to getting revenge. Conway knocks it down from way out. Real salted moves now as the Bobcats open up a 15-point lead.
Boy, him and Brown are pretty much on autopilot from behind the arc. Every time they put it up, it seems like it's going in.
Ryan Slider trying to go inside to Jared Buckmaster. He's going to be fouled. That's going to be on Rich. And that's his fourth of the game, so he's in trouble of fouling out, but he's put together some really good minutes here in the second half. And Faber getting ready to come in. I think more likely he's going to replace Rich.
Obviously, Aaron doing a lot of the intangible things that you need out of players. Not everyone can have the shooting touch of a Justin Brown, so you do the little things to get your points, and obviously his presence has been felt here in the second half.
Yeah, Buckmaster only 3 points.
This crowd here at Montana State not going to give up on that air ball a few possessions ago.
They are ruthless. He made a free throw. Let's see if they lighten up. No, they're not going to lighten up on Jared.
No, not so much.
In fact, it might be a good thing that Jared is a senior, because if he came back next year, they'd probably still give him the Chan air ball. Good memory.
Grizz coming out with a little trap here, maybe trying to get some turnovers, get back in this thing, and sure enough.
That's exactly what happened. Ryan Slider coming out, gets held.
First time we've seen a trap from either team. Both teams pretty much sticking to 2-3 zone and man-to-man. Coach Holtz making the adjustment there, maybe trying to get a run here, get some turnovers, and it worked to a T that time.
That's on Plummer, and that is his fourth.
Foul starting to mount up on both teams right now.
And he has 10 points. I've been really impressed with him. He is not a guy coming into the game that I expected to see, a whole lot of him play as well as he has. Averaging only about 6 points a game, and he's had to step up due to some injuries, and he's come in and played very, very well.
Well, at the open of the game, we talked about the loss of Kyle Strillinger. Someone had to pick it up, and it's Ben Plummer. He's played well, he's played outstanding, and his points are coming at opportune times for the Cats. Anytime they need a bucket, they're going down low to him, and he's making it happen, both on the offensive and defensive end.
Missed there on the second free throw. They say it's out on Plummer. He says, no, it isn't.
Not a big fan of that call, doesn't he?
Yep. Another referee felt he saw it pretty clear. Agrees.
Might have had a legitimate argument on that.
Peterson gets it, fires. It's not there. Trammell goes up. Boy, it's actually probably a good thing there that Plummer got him, because Trammell is slamming that one home.
Boy, the guy, he elevates, and then there's another level that he hits, and he did it that time. He was ready to really flush that one down.
Well, for Plummer, that's it. He's done. That's his fifth. He goes out of the game, but I think it's pretty safe to say with just under 5 minutes left that he certainly filled his role admirably today. He probably went above and beyond what people expected.
Boy, if the Cats can get that out of him day in and night out, they're going to be a tough team to beat, to have that inside presence to go along with these great shooters. They're a team that can challenge a Northridge. Going into this season, the Northridge is the team to beat. They pulled off the win over UCLA, so obviously a very quality team. And if the Cats can play the way they're playing tonight, they're going to be pretty tough to beat.
Absolutely. Northridge will be gunning for them now, because they're actually on top of Northridge. He lost earlier last week. Kind of a big surprise. But I fully expect Northridge to be there at the end. Big rebound there on the miss. Trammell getting his own rebound. Grizzlies a chance here. Cummings knocks down the jumper, and all of a sudden this game's gotten close. It's within 10. It's a 9-point game.
Well, we said, Grayson, if they could get it within 10 at the 4-minute mark, they'd have a shot, and this is a very big possession for the Cats.
They continue the trap. They're doing a good job protecting it. Fayborg takes an open three, misses. Two guys go up for it. Lazowski's going to get the foul.
Boy, one thing about this trap that the Grizz are in is they're leaving the corners open. Danny Fayborg, great shot. 9 times out of 10, he's probably going to knock that thing down. And the guy on the other side is Justin Brown. We know how that goes. So the Grizz gambling a little bit. It's obviously paid off to this point with the trap, but there's still room for them to get burnt in those corners.
Yeah, and right now the Grizzlies are in the bonus, so the Bobcats have to be real careful here, because obviously that stops the clock and it can give away a lot of free points here.
Have a chance to cut it to 7 for the Grizz. And, a couple minutes ago they were down 14. We never thought that would be possible, but obviously never say never. A lot of time left.
Oh, God. Shaking my head here. It just kind of happened so quickly. All of a sudden, this is a game again, and the crowd now has gotten very, very quiet.
Yeah, the Cats really need their crowd to maybe liven up and give them a boost right here. But this all started when they switched to the half-court trap, and they started trapping, and the Cats have had some turnovers and some fouls, and we got a 7-point ball game with 4 minutes to play.
7-point lead. Rosowski now with it. Kicks it over to Erickson. Looking for something. Rosowski kicks it over to Conway from the same spot that Faber to get exact same result. Cummings with the rebound. And the Grizzlies now a chance to really get back in this game. Cut it to 5.
Cats missed a couple opportunities there. Wide open shots in the corner. Coach Durham knows this guy's got to knock those down.
Christensen out to Cummings. Falls down, gets it away to Christensen though, takes the shot, misses. Well, that's a big miss. That would have been a huge shot.
The guy that's been quiet here now in the second half, Justin Brown. I haven't heard from him in a while. Hasn't even really gotten a shot off since about the 10-minute mark.
Yeah, the Bobcats clearly don't look quite as confident with this trap. They look like they're adjusting here, slowly but surely. They look like they're starting to adjust now, though.
Boy, if they just rotate the ball, the corners are wide open right now.
Well, it looks like their pass goes out of bounds. Another turnover. And we're going to take a break. Boy, we thought for a second that the Bobcats were going to run away with this. The Grizzlies have come back a little bit with 3:13 left. Bobcats still lead 66-59.
Why do you gotta stop at Meralt's Travel Plaza?
Meralt's Travel Plaza is class in every sense of the word.
You gotta stop!
From great customer service to fantastic food.
You gotta stop!
People are good here, friendly.
Welcome to Meralt's Travel Plaza.
You gotta stop!
For great service.
You gotta stop!
You gotta stop!
You gotta stop!
People come from miles around to visit Meralt's Travel Plaza. When it's in your own backyard, you gotta stop.
In Grizz Country, everybody plays hard. Get your Montana Tough Dodge Durango at Grizzly Auto Center.
There's a peculiar notion that credit union members must fit certain occupational and organizational molds. Well, consumer, happily there are no molds at Missoula Federal Credit Union. Of course, members do share common characteristics. They're savvy folks who desire complete financial services, state-of-the-art access, and unparalleled customer service. They also refuse to be eaten alive by high interest charges and service fees. So, consumer, forget the mold and come as you are. Missoula Federal Credit Union, more than you expect.
Welcome back. The Grizzlies have clawed their way back into this one with 3:13 left in the game. Grizzlies down 7.
Huge possession here.
Shane Christensen, they kick it around. Very tenacious defense, though, for the Bobcats. Buckmaster inside. Nice pass inside to Peterson. Quick bucket, good possession. It's down to a 5-point game.
Boy, Jared Buckmaster, we've talked the whole game, not hitting his shot, but right there, that shows what you can do. You stay confident and make things happen. He certainly did it there. Got a wide open look for his guy.
Dangerous pass, gets kicked around. Trammell has it, does a good job to stop because nobody was with him. Big turnover. It looked like it may have gone off someone's foot.
Right now, the Cats seem so preoccupied with getting to the middle of the trap, and they're making a lot of turnovers in the middle of the paint there.
They go inside to Trammell, turns around, gets it to fall, and draws the foul. And they could cut this to within 2 points. I'm checking the scoreboard twice because I'm not sure I completely believe it, but yeah, sure enough, I'm right.
Well, a couple timeouts ago, we said that the Cats looked like they were cool confidence, perhaps lackadaisical. Maybe they thought their lead was a little more than it really was, and now they find themselves in some trouble.
We'll give Don Olson credit because I don't know what he said in the huddle, but we talked. We were looking at them, and they looked like they felt they were out of it. I mean, they did not look like a very positive team. Obviously, he said something to light a spark because it has really happened. And maybe it was it was the trap. Not maybe. It was clearly the trap that started to get things going.
No question about it. He moved into that trap, and it's like the Cats have never seen one before, quite frankly. They're getting in there. They're having a lot of turnovers. They're getting the ball inside the paint like that and then trying to make maybe one too many passes. They got guys in the corners that are open. We've been talking about it for a couple minutes. Those guys are open in the corners. They're just not finding a way to get them the ball, and if they are, they're not knocking down the shot.
Well, we said we'd have a close game that came down to the wire. We were right. We didn't exactly plan on it progressing the way it has. With the Bobcats, I believe their largest lead, 14 points. It's their largest lead of the game, and they're in danger of squandering that. They're still up. They've got an experienced team. There's no reason really for them to panic.
No, but Uncle Mo definitely on the side of the Maroon team right now.
Oh, that's a big miss on the free throw. Still just a one-possession game for the Grizzlies, but to have to be a three-pointer, they could have gotten it to within 2. A lot of scrambling down low. Turnover, quick hands by Jared Buckmaster, and the Grizzlies come back the other way. Rich almost comes up with the steal.
3 or 4 possessions in a row like that. The Cats have turned the ball over inside the paint.
Well, Jared Buckmaster has struggled, but this is Buckmaster time right here. They need a 3. He's their best three-point shooter.
Looks like they're going to try and get him one, too.
Boy, Conway doing a good job fighting through screens, not letting Buckmaster get a look. Shot clock down to 8. Buckmaster takes the 3. Goes off the top of the backboard. Ryan Slider ends up with it. Slams it home. It looked like it hit the top of the backboard, which you got to blow it dead.
Yeah, certainly you do. It did look like it hit, but that looked like he was all on top of it, so maybe they had the better angle than we did, I guess, on that one.
Yeah, I'll admit, from where I'm sitting, they clearly have a much better look than I do. And the Grizzlies clearly benefit. It's a 1-point game. 1 minute left in the game now.
Just 10 seconds on the shot clock. Cats got to get something going.
Steal made by Trammell. He stripped it, then he gets fouled by Rich. And that's going to be it for Rich. Boy, as he leaves the game, and that's a big one because he's been huge here in the second half.
He certainly has. He's brought the hustle, but boy, the Cats just look very uncomfortable against this trap right now, and that is the difference.
Take another look off the Buckmaster miss.
Hard to tell from that angle if it did touch the top. He found himself all alone and right there to hammer it home.
Yeah, boy, he wasn't going to take any chances with a little finger roll or anything delicate. He was going to slam it down hard. Dan Trammell's come alive here ever since maybe he hurt us. He went out there and he's now put together 5 points, particularly down the stretch. These are big free throws for him.
Boy, the Grizz haven't led this game since about to the 2-minute mark of the first half, and with Trammell on the line right now, they have an opportunity to do that.
He shoots 76% from the line, so a decent free throw shooter. He hasn't had to shoot a whole lot with this kind of pressure, though, because all of a sudden the Grizzlies find themselves with an opportunity to take the lead here. It's hard to believe. What a game, though. I mean, you have to give them a lot of credit for coming back. And the Bobcats just, they've really sputtered. We're not talking about this, though, that when they were dealing with that trap, they had 2 shots in the corner, 2 3-pointers. Open looks that they had been hitting in the second half. They went just a little bit colder. We're not even discussing.
Oh, no question about it. They knock those down. I think the big story right now is Justin Brown. He hasn't touched the ball, really, since about the 10-minute mark. And in this trap, you would think he would get some open looks, and he just really hasn't even had any opportunities.
Well, and the Grizzlies have really come alive when they've gotten these turnovers, turning it into points or turning it into free throw attempts, and now 2 huge ones for Trammell. He misses that one. He's missed 2 in a row now. Does not look nearly as confident, but this is the big one. This is the one to tie it up.
Look for the Cats, maybe look for a 2-1. 2 for 1 right now. 35-second shot clock, obviously. 52 seconds to play in the game. Go 2 for 1 here.
He misses both. He can't believe it. Those are big misses. There's about a 14-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock, so the Grizzlies will get it back.
The Bobcats, though, they can't be too conservative. They need some points here. One thing the Grizzlies can't allow really is a three. Down low, great pass to Lazowski, and he draws the foul.
That is a great feed from Duffy to Lazowski, hoop and the harm. That's a great foul
from Shane Christensen.
Nice dump off. Great play for the Cats. They needed a bucket. They go to the senior. That's a great play. Huge, huge bucket for Montana State right there.
Oh, that's a tough one for Christensen because kind of caught down there, you know. Do you let him just score and take your chances, or if you foul him, you got to make sure he can't get up, and he just kind of did the in-between, which is the one thing you can't do.
Well, you said it, Grayson. Obviously, that's the thing you can't do. If you're going to commit a foul down there, you got to make it count. Now, Lazowski going to the line with a chance to make this a 4-point game with 25 ticks to play.
Yeah, this is a monster free throw attempt for him here, because right now, with it being a 3-point game, obviously a one-possession game.
Lazowski shooting at about 76% on the year from the stripe, so pretty reliable guy to have up there.
Yeah, and he is more experienced than Dan Trammell, so anytime you put a senior who shoots a decent percentage to the free throw line, you expect him to make those. You cannot miss them.
No question about it. And being a senior, the last thing you want is to vanquish a 14-point lead on your home court in your final game, final Cat Grizz game at home. Lazowski, big play, obviously, right there.
Oh, absolutely, and especially with what happened last year in the same building.
Right.
The Bobcats are probably starting to think about, hey, you know, we can blow them out. This will be fun. And all of a sudden, Grizzlies claw their way back in. But, hey, Bobcats are going to take a win any way they can get it.
No question about it.
The free throw off the mark. He just kind of laid it up there. Trammell getting ready to come back in. Jared Buckmaster takes the three. It's off the mark. Rebounded. Two guys go up. The call going against the Bobcats.
Boy, that whole possession kind of typified the game. Jared Buckmaster struggled the whole game from behind the arc. Let's take a look at this. Not really sure what was called here. Looks like Jason Erickson there. A little over the back, maybe. We could probably complain about a call like that, but we've had it the whole game. So there's no question that they've been consistent on those calls.
Erickson with the foul. So these are big free throws now for Peterson. Makes the first one.
Boy, now
looks like an all-pro shooting those. He only shoots 50%, but couldn't tell there.
Well, no question about it. Right now, you're going to start, if you're the Cats, you're going to start thinking, who do we want handling the ball? Because the Grizz obviously going to foul. Who we want to make sure we have the guys on the floor, if you're the Cats, that can knock down those free throws, because they will be sent to the line.
Now, I say 50%, but keep in mind, folks, he's shot 4 free throws this year. So, you know, he could be a pretty good free throw shooter. We just haven't found out yet. But makes that one looking like an all-pro. And now the Bobcats are going to try to ice him here with 13.4 seconds left. So the Grizzlies, obviously, they need to make this one and try to maybe go for the steal quickly if you can. But if not, you got to foul quick.
If you're Montana State right now, I think you've got to set the pick for Justin Brown. He's been quiet here these last 10 minutes after the great start to the half, but he's shooting at an 83% clip at the line. So if anyone's going to knock down a couple free throws, he's going to be the guy. I'd say look for the Cats to set a pick for him.
Pretty much all the guys out on the court for the Bobcats, pretty good free throw shooters right now. Peterson buries the second. Boy, he looked like an absolute veteran on those two. And it's a 1-point game. Oh, and they get it to Brown, and that's exactly what you said. Got to do that. The good news for the Grizzlies, though, they did it quickly. So with 12.1 seconds left, they are going to get a shot at this.
Yeah, no question about it. They're going to get a shot. You got to figure Justin's going to knock a couple of these down, although this is a little more pressure than I'm sure he's used to going to the line. Probably the most pressure-packed situation of the year, but you got to feel confident in the sharpshooter from Helena that he's probably going to knock him down.
Well, don't see any sweat running down his face here. He looks like he's pretty confident. There's no reason not to. He's been here before.
No question about that one.
Nothing fancy to it. He doesn't have a very long routine there. He just steps up to the line and hits the first one. This is a absolutely huge one, though, to make it a 3-point game. Well, sure makes it look easy.
What do you do?
3-point game now, 12 seconds left. Shane Christensen brings it up the floor.
Looking at Buckmaster.
They got it to Buckmaster. Takes the three, misses. Peterson, the rebound, throws it up, but he was out of bounds with 0.3 seconds left. Out of bounds when he chucked it up. Boy, for a second there, I thought it was a foul call.
Well, wouldn't be surprised. That's pretty much the ball game has been for the Grizz. Jared Buckmaster continued to struggle from the outside, but don't expect that from him.
Well, they throw it deep. Trammell gives his best effort there, but the Bobcats escape with a huge victory. You'd say a great win for them, but probably there's a little bit of a, man, it should have been by more kind of feeling, but a win is a win, and in this conference, you just got to get these W's, and so the Bobcats, big win for them because they stay on top of the conference standings now.
Well, you said it, a win is a win, obviously, for the Cats. Maybe a sigh of relief right now. When you have a 14-point lead with 4 minutes to go, you really don't like to see that dwindle down like it was, but a win is a win, and they're 3-0 in conference.
We're going to take a break. Montana State goes on to win a very entertaining ball game, beating Grizzlies 70-67. We'll be back.
For 52 years, Pyramid Mountain Lumber has been a pillar of Seeley Lake, providing good jobs, a strong tax base, and responsible forest stewardship. Awash in a sea of timber off limits to harvest, this family-owned business announced it will soon close. Hundreds of hard-working people will be forced out of work. This doesn't have to continue. Let's work together for ways to protect Montana's environment without devastating our rural communities.
We live here too.
We live here too.
Introducing the latest in all-weather gear from LL Bean. It's warm, waterproof, and rugged. It's the new LL Bean Edition Outback from Subaru with full-time all-wheel drive, classic LL Bean styling, and a new powerful 6-cylinder engine that makes the toughest drive a walk in the woods. The LL Bean Edition Outback, new from Subaru. Arca, sold separately.
Whether you're a Bobcat or a Grizzly, see your local Montana Subaru dealer today.
Welcome back. Montana loses by 3 to Montana State. The Bobcats escape with a huge win in the conference. They stay on top, and despite Northridge being the favorite in the conference, hey, the Bobcats are in the driver's seat. They go on to win 70-67. Clearly the player of the game, man, you see right there knocking down the three, Justin Brown. He had a total of 19 points, really led the way.
Yeah, we said in the open that he was the key for them, and he certainly was. He came out, he really knocked down everything he got, and he was the key, hit some big free throws at the end.
Well, thanks to all the guys in the truck, all the cameramen, everyone as far as our technical crew and the people behind the scenes for bringing this game to you. It's been a very exciting weekend. I hope everyone has enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. Bo, it's been a pleasure to work with you. A lot of fun as the Bobcats pull out a big victory.
Yeah, great game, great atmosphere. This rivalry is tough to beat. Great to be on this broadcast, too. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun for us, folks. Hope it was fun for you. It should have been. It was a great game. We're all out of time. For Bo Bishop, I'm Grayson Davis. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in February.